We failed. We didn't go viral. But that doesn't mean we quit, and that doesn't mean we give up. This is Brandy M. Miller with Creating with Love. And in today's episode, I'm just going to do a recap of what we were able to do with our video series, where we went wrong, and what we can do moving forward to get better results. Because as I mentioned in an earlier video in the series, failure is part of the learning process. And discouragement, although natural, doesn't mean it's time to give up. It means it's time to refocus on why your success actually matters and why it's worth doubling down on the amount of work you're willing to put in to see the results you want to achieve. So the first thing I'm going to do is go over to YouTube and my channel and look at the analytics to see what YouTube can tell me about where I fell down on the job. It's easy to blame my viewers and just say, well, people didn't watch. It's easy to say, well, nobody on social media clicked on my things and they didn't watch, and let yourself off the hook by blaming them for your failure to produce results. But that isn't helpful to you, and it's not going to teach you anything, and it's not going to help you get success. In fact, the more that you blame other people for where you are in life, the less likely you are to get where you want to be. It's like doing, let's look at algebra for the example, right? Let's say that X is anything in the world that you want to achieve, and Y is you. You're the other variable, and Z is the result you want to achieve. Well, X plus Y equals Z. So all the things that you're putting into it plus you, that's what's going to get you Z. If you take you out of the equation, you're saying all this other stuff is the only thing that can possibly be responsible for producing Z. That doesn't make any sense. Taking yourself out of the equation means you've got no agency. It means you're not empowered. So never blame other people. Always take personal responsibility for the outcome. Even if you didn't create the problem, take responsibility for the problem existing. And know that you have the power to make the changes that need to be made in order to get the result you want. It may not be your first try. It may not be your first 50 tries. It may not be your first 500 or first 500,000 tries. But if you keep going, you will keep getting better and you will eventually get where you want to be. So without further ado, I'm going to pop open and share my screen so we can take a look at the YouTube analytics together and see what we did well and what we didn't do so well. Okay, so I'm sharing screen 2, so you're going to see everything that I see. These are the videos. Here's video number 1. We got 20 views and 4 comments and 4 likes. Day 2, we can see a drop off. We got 17 views, 2 comments, 2 likes. Day 3, we actually got 5 views, 2 comments, 2 likes. So we're seeing a steady decline in viewership. Day 4, we only got 4 with 2 likes and 2 comments. Now, here's something interesting that I didn't really expect to happen, but day 5 got 10 people viewing it. So we had this dramatic jump from 17, 5, 4. We were seeing that decline and then bounced back up to 10 and got 2 likes and 2 comments. Day 3, we dropped down to 3. Day 6, we dropped down to 3 views, 2 comments, 2 likes. And our final day 7 has only gotten 2 views so far and 1 like. So we're not doing that great in terms of going viral. We're certainly not achieving the numbers that we'd have to achieve in order for this message to spread across the globe. So let's go into the analytics over here and see what happened to this video. Now, okay, so it's reporting 21 views. Now, my typical views are 9 to 20, so I've got 1 more than usual. That's nice. Watch time has been 1.3 hours. Given that this video is 15 minutes, that's a substantial amount of time spent on my channel, which is good. And it got me 1 extra subscriber. Not really the results I'd hope for. So we're looking at a ratio of about 20 views to 1 subscriber. We really need to increase that if we're going to really make the channel skyrocket. What we learn is that I'm outperforming the rest of my videos. By and large, the average view duration is 3 minutes and 59 seconds. They're watching about 25% of it. Let's find out what's happening at roughly the 4-minute mark that may be stopping them from viewing. So I'm going to go in here. Actually, I guess I could unplug the headphones and you can hear what's going on. Let's go ahead and watch this so that we can see what's happening at the 4-minute mark.
You and I are about to embark on a quest.
Let's skip ahead. Right about.
Purchase paid advertising to promote our channel. We're going to have to rely on what we can get and do for free to live in a very short time. How exactly are we going to overcome our challenges?
Okay, so they stayed right up until we talked about the challenges. They didn't even listen to how we were planning to overcome them on average. Maybe we're losing them in terms of interest. Maybe we're scaring them off. Maybe when they hear those challenges, they're like, oh, this is impossible. This can never happen. I can never do this. There's no way to overcome this, which is an interesting experiment in mindset, if you will, because the only people who ever achieve great things, my friends, are those who sincerely believe that they can. And if you don't think you can overcome your challenges, well, that goes back to the mental health issue, isn't it? It's kind of tied together now that I think about it. Maybe that's exactly why I'm getting the response rate I'm getting, is because I'm addressing people who have mental health challenges and who don't see the possibility to overcome their own challenges. So when I start outlining all the challenges, they're thinking to themselves, there's no way I can do this. And they don't have the mental resilience built up yet to see beyond their own limitations. And so maybe this gives me an idea that maybe I need to record a video and try to address the benefits of what they'll get out of going ahead and pushing through, even if they don't succeed. That's one possible way to handle it. Maybe this is a video series that I need to create, is how to have the mental resilience you need to overcome any obstacle. That's not a bad idea. So this is something else that can happen when you sit down and you analyze what's going on your channel. It's a way of listening to your viewers, finding out what might be going on in their minds or what is stopping them from receiving the message that you want them to get, and what can you create that will help them overcome their obstacles. There's a lot to be learned in the analytics. Math is your friend. Look at the numbers, figure out what's happening to them, and then make plans that allow you to overcome those obstacles. Don't ever let yourself be stopped just because things don't turn out the way that you wanted them to initially. So that's what we've learned from this first view. We can see that it's gotten 326 impressions. What that means is that 326 people saw the thumbnail at the very least, but out of those, we only got 1.5% to click on it. Okay, so we didn't get anywhere near the actual people watching this video that we might have hoped for. What we'd like to see is an increase of that impressions click rate to about 3 to 5%. Now, higher than that is kind of unreasonable to expect, but if we could take 3 to 5% of that, that would triple or even quadruple the amount of people that actually view our video. And that's going to come down to the thumbnail and the description pretty much. So I may need to change the thumbnail and see if we can't play around with it and make it even more compelling. The unique viewers we got were 14. So some of the people that have been watching this video didn't just watch it once. They've watched it over and over again, which is good. I mean, it tells us that those who get through the video, the content is solid and they really enjoy it. It's just a matter of getting them to get past their challenges. Engagement, like I said, they've watched a total of 1.5. We know that they're closing out around the 3-minute and 48-second mark where I hit the challenges. And I think that's maybe just because they're checking out at that moment going, oh, there's no way we can solve this. Returning viewers, 8 of them. That's nice. 80.6% of the viewers are people who are already subscribed to the channel. We got almost 20% of them were new subscribers, so that's nice. Or not subscribed yet, I should say. So, it's actually good. We're getting people introduced to the channel. There's not enough geography data to show us anything yet. 60% watched with no subtitles and 40% chose English subtitles, which since I didn't provide any other kind, that's not surprising. All right, and this has been taking place over, it's had 6 days to gain traction. So this is how well we've done there. Now let's go back into our other video and see how well they have performed. Now that we kind of have a baseline for what we can expect, let's go back to the next video and see what we can see happened here. No, day 2 is what we're looking at. It did better than the others. Not as good as the first one, but it did do well. Now we can see it's had 1 day less, so maybe it'll pick up more viewers. It's not quite a fair, but let's see what happened. Okay, so 17 views, watch time, ooh, ouch. Even though this video is 11 minutes in length, so it's 4 minutes less, it's given us less watch time too. And no subscribers at all came out of this. And they're watching about 1 minute and 39 seconds before they click out of this video. So let's find out where they are at the 1 minute mark and see what we can guess based on it. Yeah, see, they're only watching 15% of the video. It's dramatically less than they were watching with the other one. So we're gonna pop in here and see what's happening.
Challenge covers so you can follow along and create your own. I also prepared you to take the lead.
Okay, so it's the series recap. They're losing interest at the series recap. So what this tells me is that maybe instead of going over what all the other videos included, I need to cut that section out and just tell them, hey, look, I've put the links to the other videos down below. Please go watch those before you proceed forward and move on. Every time you lose the viewer, you lose the potential to share the message that's in the video. You're boring them. And that's what this video is definitely telling me. We had 209 impressions. And out of that, we actually got a better click-through rate. So this thumbnail works better. It's closer to what we actually want, which is 3.8% of impressions click-through rate, giving us 17 viewers. 12 of them were unique. So we got 5 people that came back. Let's look at our engagement. Yeah, the average view was about the same as usual, 1 minute, 39 seconds. They clicked on they did not make it through to the end where they clicked on any of the in-screen elements. So we're not getting any help from that. 80% again were subscribers that came to the channel and 20% not subscribed. And 64 wanted no subtitles and 29% watched with English subtitles. So that does tell us about this video and probably where we could improve. Let's go into day 3 since we really dropped off here. Let's find out what's going on. Both video 1 and video 2, I was able to get them recorded the day before, and they went live at 6:30 a.m. on Central Time, which means that they roughly went live 8 a.m. Eastern or 4:30 a.m. Pacific. So they had maybe longer time period to gain traction. Day 3, I didn't get the chance to really get this video done until the mid-afternoon. And when I posted it on Facebook. I may not have even remembered to do it on LinkedIn, which may have been why we see this severe drop-off, is that you need to be promoting your videos ahead of time and giving people a chance to know that they're coming. So I didn't do all the advanced promotion that could have been done. And let's go in here and look at the analytics. We got a total of 5 videos. This thumbnail, not really doing it. They watched an hour though. That's actually, considering we only got 5 views and they watched a total of an hour, that's actually good. Our reach, yeah, we've got a 3.5% click-through rate. That's good. That's about the range we want to see. I'd like to see it higher if we could. We got 113 impressions, 5 views. 4 of them were unique. So we only got 1 person watching through more than once. They did watch 1 hour total. And the average view duration was 11 minutes and 36 seconds. So this video, they watched almost the entirety of it. Where did they drop off? Let's find out. That's kind of a good. The returning viewers were 3, unique viewers 4. This one was almost entirely our subscribed viewers. So virtually nobody outside of the channel ever even saw this. Now let's go ahead and take a look. Returning viewers 3, 1 new viewer. Let's see what's happening at the 11-minute mark.
This is day 3.
Okay, so around the 11-minute mark.
I don't know the first thing about love. I think I do. But my knowledge of love, the third dream showed me the price the world pays if I don't.
Okay, so kind of they lost interest in the middle of this part of my story where I'm talking about some of what's happened to me and some of what has driven me to the point where I am now. And that's okay. I'm okay if they lose interest there. I can't change my story. And I don't want to change my story. And if they're not interested in my story, then I'd rather they know that and I'd be upfront about that. But it is interesting that that is where they stop, because what they miss out on, and let me see, I give them some of the homework and what's next and while you wait. So, but that's where their interest is dropping off, which is interesting. Sometimes you're not going to be able to, or don't want to, change the video to meet the viewer because you know the content you're sharing is important to you and to what you're trying to achieve. And it's okay if that's the case. You just need to be aware of it. All right, so let's go back to the channel content. Now that we've looked at day 3, let's look at what happened with day 4. We lost another viewer, essentially. So let's come in here and see what's going on. Our description was shorter. I didn't do the timestamps. Back in there. Let's watch the analytics for it. 0.7 hours, so they're not watching much of it at all. 1 view in the last 24 hours. 3.2%. So the thumbnail's not bad. It's still doing its job. It all came from browse features almost. 93 impressions, which gave us a three viewers. And let's see about the engagement. Yeah. Okay, so they're watching until about 10 minutes, 38 seconds, which means they're missing about half of the video, but they are doing a considerable amount. So let's find out what's going on at that 10-minute mark.
It's day 5. After all, if the cheetah is running toward you full speed, you've got a mere second.
So this is moments where I'm talking about bias, and then
to push away love.
Okay, and I talk about how bias can help us push away love, and that's actually where they stop watching, which is interesting considering the entire series is about how they can bring love into their lives. And so again, this is a point where I'm not going to change that content. I feel like it's too important. And so if that's where they're dropping off and they don't get the rest, that's on them. Let's go back in to the analytics, go back to the channel content. I think everything else was good. I just probably need to promote it more. Again, this was one where I didn't post early in the day. It got posted in the late afternoon because I didn't have time to get the video recorded and done like I'd have liked to. Now, we have a different result with day 5. And I can tell you for a fact, the reason why I think is because with this one, I tagged 2 people that were directly tied into this video in my initial post on Facebook. Joylyn and the author of the book, Nikki T. Anthony, that gets discussed in this content. And so those 2 probably helped me to boost the viewership, because it might have been that some of their audience decided to stop in and see what this was all about. So let's go see. Yeah, the watch time is 0.9 hours. It's a 13-minute video, so really not watching much of it. External was 1/3 of it. came from external sources, 1/3 of the traffic. So that is actually a considerable portion of it. Let's see, reach, yeah, 46 impressions, 10 views. So this got incredible amount of views, but it wasn't from the impressions this time. The thumbnail might need to be improved. Unique viewers was 8. So people who are not coming, right? So direct or unknown. External was 50% of the viewers. So it's probably Facebook that's bringing it in. And then, yeah, we didn't get any of the click-throughs from our impressions. Engagement, they watched about 5 minutes and 21 seconds. So let's go see what it is that they're and where our audience came from. Subscribed was 74%, not subscribed 25%. So we've actually increased the number of people who weren't subscribers. So let's see, its engagement stops at about 5 minutes, 21 seconds. So let's go into the video and see what's happening at the 5 minute, 21 second mark. We're talking
message. It starts with B.
Okay, so that's where I start talking about the be seen. Again, that's a critical part of the component. I'm not going to change that if people aren't getting there with me. That's okay. It may just be a numbers game of reach. Sometimes you just have to decide whether your content, the way it is important enough to you or not. Okay, so day 6. Let's see what happened with it. We've got 3 viewers, 2 likes, 2 comments. Got 3 views, 0.8 watch time. Our reach, 1.9% click-through rate, which is not bad. It's not great. 2.6% from YouTube recommending our content, but they only watched 0.38. So let's see. Oh, actually, this is good. The average view duration is 15 minutes and 46 seconds. It had a 22 minute and 46 second video. And 1 unique viewer, 1 returning viewer. All right, so let's go see what happens at 15:26. Okay.
Places and spaces where you've got difficulties.
This is actually part of the Be Loved content. So I'm sharing about how to allow people into the difficulties in your life so that they can help support you there, so that you share your weaknesses and give them an opportunity to shine. And let's go look at day 7, which was yesterday. So we've got 2 views, 1 like. Not much data, but let's see what it can tell us. 45 impressions, no people stopped to view. Traffic sources are all from browsing. Got no clicks. We might need to change our thumbnail. Average view is 8 minutes, 16 seconds. This is a 15:24 video, so let's find out what's going on there. All of it is from subscribed people, okay? So let's do view what's happening at the 8 minutes, 16 second mark. I started talking about the rosary. Okay, it's fair. If they don't want to hear that, that's fine. Like I said, I'm not going to change that content. And I'm not worried about changing that content. But I do need to know where my viewers are and what's going on in their heads so that I can formulate strategies to maybe bring them along later. All right, so I hope you found this insightful. Now, here's my plan for how I'm going to do a little better. First, I didn't do any email promotion. I didn't email any of the folks on my contacts list about my video series. I didn't invite them to come in. So I've actually got a strategy that I plan to address that. What I'm going to do is write 3 blog posts, 1 addressing business owners and evangelizers who are interested in spreading more love in the world. And I'll write those blog posts, formulate emails that will explain the challenge, invite them to participate in it, and help them understand the benefits of doing so in the blog post. And then I will see whether that increases my my content views or not. I'm also going to be taking snippets and shorts and quotes from the videos and using those to promote the content on social media. What I want to do is less work, but more impactful. So I can also test pieces of the content to see if people would respond well if they got to that point in the video. So there's a lot of advantages to these strategies. But what I'm going to do is test this over this coming week, the first part of it, which is the article, 3 articles, and then email promotion to see what that does to my channel growth. And I will do a recap video next Friday to let you know how things went, what kind of growth I've seen, if I've seen any growth at all, because it may not work, and what I plan to do differently. Yeah, and then tomorrow's video, well, I owe you guys, I owe the world actually an apology. And so tomorrow's video, that's going to be the content, is my apology to the world. So stay tuned for that. I will probably do it live with absolutely 0 editing because I want it to be authentic and to come from the heart. And when you want to be authentic and come from the heart, really the only way to do it is live, unscripted. You can't script the heart. And that may be the hardest thing for me to do. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you found this video insightful. If you have not watched the series through to the end, I strongly recommend that you go and watch every single video in that series. And as you're watching, make notes about anything that causes you to want to stop watching, any area where you're losing interest or focus, any area where you find yourself strongly disagreeing or wanting to basically pop off in the comment section. And make a note of those things. And if you wouldn't mind, please share it in the comments section, because that's feedback for me to tell me how I can improve. And also it's information for you, because what it's going to do is help you identify areas where you might cause your own viewers to get lost in the middle of your content. So doing that exercise is really going to help you improve your own video creations. You're going to discover, hey, you know, this hit me wrong, or this bored me to tears and I really wish they would have done this differently. And that's also something else you should do, is make notes about what you think they could do better or differently, and then experiment. Find out if it works for you in your videos. Yeah, thanks for watching. Sorry for rambling. Hope you have a great day.